When I was a boy of 10, I had a very best friend. Fred was kind with good intent, but just a little different.
You would be forgiven for thinking that the huge file size of this WAD means that it's full of large and detailed maps. Wait, what am I thinking? Of course you won't be forgiven. This is the SRA2 community we're talking about. Large and detailed maps don't exist when it comes to about 90% of the users that actually release something. The first level uses the adventure field concept from Sonic Adventure, where each exit teleports you to different levels. The problem is that it's a small flat area with some buildings here and there. You don't even go back to this place after you complete a level, so what's the point of it? The whole level just seems to be thrown together in 5 seconds. Upon starting the first real levels, you're greeted by a sound of very unfitting music, and so many flowers I was expecting Disney-style wildlife to come out of nowhere and start singing. I was starting to wonder when all the enemies were going to hit me. Literally, just when I thought it was over. After finding a very unobvious hole in the floor surrounded by textureless walls, I came face to face with the army of koalas. I also found an invincibility box, which for some reason spawned little orange spheres that sparkled, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get them to go away. When I finally made it to the end of the level, which I may add had too many death pits and not a single signpost, I was greeted by a 2D level with the camera close enough to your character so that you could look up their pixelated nostrils. So not only does it have a poorly designed green hill zone attempt, but a 2D one also? After holding down the right button and pressing jump a few times, I came face to face with the first boss, which for some reason gave you Armageddon shields every few seconds. He doesn't even have the full sprite set, so it went back to the default Eggman sprites when it was running away. That's when I thought the torture couldn't get any worse. My eyes started bleeding at the side of the level, which also looked like it was bleeding. A level later, I discovered that lava can now defy the laws of physics and fly. You may be asking yourself, what, if he can make lava fly, surely he's not that bad? You would be wrong. Just because you know how to do something doesn't mean you could put it to good use. He had the knowledge for creating FOFs and flying lava, but the execution was horrible. I eventually got to a zone called Pirate's Island. I soaked my pants leg when I heard the music. It had to be the most retarded music I ever heard. It would have been better to use that Lazy Town You Are a Pirate song, or really any other music would have fitted better since the level doesn't resemble a pirate theme at all. To top it all off, the creator decided it would be a good idea to have a 2D boss with more free Armageddon shields. After beating him, I came across another 2D boss, but this time it has death pits and springs that take you from the foreground to the background. How very original. This is where I put my controller down. I'm not playing any more of this. I've already had to book myself for an ear surgery, and I'll have to explain to my friends and family why I have the end of a rusty fork embedded in my right eye. But if I give them this WAD, I'm sure they'll probably ask me if they could borrow forks so they could do the same. The idea was there, as was the potential. Unfortunately, it's these sorts of levels that make me want to go through the SRA2 wiki and delete everything involving level design, since it's pretty obvious that this sort of knowledge should not be free for public consumption, unlike the Branson pickle, which is awesome.